Well, right now I'm trying to overcome a paranoia and or delusion that the dense dork actually fucking watches the stuff I make, actually peeks their head in. What? Did they even discover that in the first place? Probably not. Oh, I'm well aware a small-time creator like me does not even hit the algorithm. I'm looking at my view count right now on my videos, and it's just sad. Because I've fucked up and this delusion has fucking been undermining me the whole time. However, it's this delusion also is able to repurpose itself adaptively to undermine me no matter which angle I take, so I'm trying my best to fucking deal with it as I can. Because what you just described, me being a smaller creator with low view count and not even being a ping on their radar when they're already getting all their success and otherwise. Uh, yeah, no, that's a very good cover story and excuse. By all means, if it were purely professional business and an interest in competition, they would have no reason or interest in me at all. As it stands, that's not the angle that my brain is running on. The angle my brain is running on is that of an avoidant people pleaser who is hungry for who feels control through having other people's attention, but fails to understand that ignoring depth is what breaks relationships time and again, even just casual friendships. If all people get to know is your surface, then at some point they're just going to stop being interested unless they stop caring about you. In both cases, you've got none of their investment only goes to a certain limit and your safety is compromised. Meanwhile, I'm practically the inverse. I prefer deeper social connections and, personally speaking, like being very intimate with the people I know. Yourself included, my dear Midnight. Hmm. However, I don't really care much for casual social connections beyond that of people who actually keep popping up and around, who can neither match pace or be chill to talk to. And honestly, when I first met that person, that dense dork, I thought they were actually similar in that regard. From what everything I've heard and their tendencies with their anxiety, let alone if I'm even short of right about them, they're likely self-destructing, trying to fill their own self-worth, while people that they care about and trust and feel safe around gently leave because the authenticity limit has already been hit. Sure, I may scare away a lot of people, but sometimes that's to my benefit. The people you surround yourself with often influences your mental state and the quality you're able to give in return to others. It's one of the reasons why Coral, for all that I love her, is also still a big ball of stress for me. I know I can talk with her and have real conversations. For her own emotional volatility relative to the state of the world and media pieces, much like everyone else who is caught up in the outside politics bullshit, is entirely unstressed. It's entirely uncomfy as fuck. I don't just want someone who's a good social space and chill to hang around, or someone who can handle deep talks. I'm wanting someone who can do both, and so far, our Pyra is like the closest one to that, which is why I like her so much. Eh, I don't think. Sure, having Pyra being older definitely gives her more experience, but I don't think that necessarily changes one's maturity, at least on emotional and social levels. Emotional, logical, and social levels of maturity, let alone psychological, can all be different regardless of physical age. And there can each person trying to go through their own life may be revolving around certain truths or beliefs that both give them freedom while also limiting them to certain options. Those who seek to find more I personally believe that those who seek to find which truths are most versatile while also being socially acceptable will be able to continue their maturity and growth. Meanwhile, those who hold on to their old favorites endlessly tend to get stuck in their ways because they've dedicated themselves blindly to an idea or concept, to losing themselves in it. You're a persistent gremlin, and I love you for that, my midnight. Very much so. Say that again, it was clearing my throat. Oh, I love that little aspect of you. It makes you an adorable brat. You challenging anything and everything. You fucking making it difficult for me to even think about having your voice on recording. Fucking by damn. What our conversation earlier about me bringing up that question and you retorting back was just a beautiful display of how much you play devil's advocate. Yep, and that's the one thing I like about you. Meanwhile, with the dense Doric, they fear conflict and not being liked, but in doing so, they fail to understand that in trying to make everyone happy, they are trusted by no one. Oh no, I understand, my little gremlin. And by all means, so long as your chaos does not harm others, I will not intervene. I will still have you learn polite social manners to some degree, though, because not everyone likes dealing mental damage or can take it, for fuck's sake. No. Ah, you are my fucking best friend, and I would not trade that for the world. Ah. Anyways, return to a previous point in the conversation and get back to the point of what I was talking about. My delusional ass keeps thinking that the dense stork, on a romantic or at least curious level, sees me as someone worthy of respect and or confusingly is attracted to, even despite fucking hating me or feeling scared about me. There's a whole thing with the avoidant attachment where people who have it end up having confusing love and fear because both spike the adrenaline and the brain mistakes one for the other. And I don't really like that because it makes it all the more fucking frustrating and confusing to know on whether or not someone's actually going to be there for me. If they're going to shut down just from confrontation, it's the one thing I can't afford. It's the reason why I like you and Pyra and Willow and so many of the other gremlins, is that you're not afraid of confrontation. You're willing to call me out on my bullshit or point out flaws in my thinking and hold me to it. Oh, you had a devilish thought, my dear. What is it?
My people for this weed have been talking, but the reason I was thinking about like the Darkseid's cold, mean Cinderella girl looks inside. Mental health issues out the wazoo. Oh, fuck off. Nope, nope, nope.
Meanwhile, you're attracted to those fucking mental health issues like a moth to the flame, you adorable gremlin.
I wouldn't say moth to a flame if I had to quote a song for it.
Oh, a song?
My, those eyes are fire. I'm a winged insect, you're a funeral pyre.
Oh, quite interesting, my dear.
Comes to you.
You've definitely referenced it before, but by all means, I don't think you really went into the depth of its meaning or provided a full context association that I took note of previously.
Yeah, because you know what I always say about people? People who are
What?
boring.
Most people are boring.
People who who seem perfect are boring. There's no fun of them. They're predictable.
And you've seen me be another mess, so of course you find me interesting.
Well, I mean, my type of girl is the one who I could pick from the asylum. And wait, what?
Your type of girl is the one with sharp eyes, dark shadows under her eyes, and can looks like she's be able to stab a knife through your throat.
Hot.
Oh my fucking yeesh. You are going to get yourself in danger one day, my goodness.
You know, I've said this before. I'm still meat, right?
What?
Am I still mute when they're recording?
Yeah, you're still muted.
They say don't stick your dick in crazy. What have they? But they never said what happens if crazy stuck its dick in you.
Fucking. Ugh. In any other case, with any other person, that would be a valid complaint. But you're into that.
Hey,
At,
they're
at
little.
best, that's an excuse for you, you little shit.
Hey, a little crazy is good because at least then they're human. Perfect means that they're just some sort of stuck-up angel with a stick up their ass.
Oh, you'd rather someone who accepts that they're flawed and potentially even is willing to show their flaws rather than someone who's perfect.
Someone who's perfect has a lifetime of trauma they're not willing to look at.
Ah, yeah, unfortunately, I seem to be attracted to the ones who like to think of themselves as innocent.
Well, I mean, the ones who are innocent is easy because you know what you do? You just poke them in the right place and then they unravel.
Hmm, I don't want to see people unravel, though. Not on, like, a random whim or at the behest of others. I want that to be something they're able to control for themselves, so that way they're prepared and ready to pace themselves through the ups and downs of life. because it's
Oh,
one of the main skills that helps me self-regulate emotionally is being able to understand, okay, do I need to unravel and sort through things for myself again, or do I need to focus and direct myself towards pursuing a life? Because each of those is a different choice and a different set of actions.
honestly.
And then there's the part of me
Uh,
that's like, oh wait, I forget to rest. I forget to fucking rest.
Honestly, though, watching someone unravel because you gave them mild psychic damage is always funny.
Um, Seeing people completely crash out over their own flaws can be amusing, but I don't want to see people actually left feeling smaller and worse just
Sometimes,
because they don't understand themselves.
sometimes you
Unfortunately,
gotta.
I'm horrible at demonstrating that because fucking hell, we both have a dark sense of humor.
I have a darker sense of humor than you do.
Oh, I'm well aware, my dear. After
Honest,
all, your dark sense of humor borders on morbid.
mm-hmm. But I don't share that often to people because people get turned away when they find out how twisted I can be.
But you're adorable, my dear.
Because, for someone to unravel, yeah, crack a couple eggs to make an omelet.
Uh, I'm glad your professional attitude isn't the same as your current attitude. Your lax attitude, by goodness.
Honestly, though, it's always fun to try and find people that are haughty and haughty and stick up their ass and see how many pegs you can drop them.
How many eggs you can drop them before they drop onto one of those pegs? I can agree with that.
Oh, no, no, no. You take enough pegs till they fall and then realize you've broken their brain in half. That's fun.
On one hand, putting people who cling to hollow pride in their place, so that way they either have a chance to, step into humility or something else. I don't know what the fuck else, really.
Honestly, I love to
Is
know.
all well and good, but I don't want to break people. I don't
Oh,
want to
no, no,
break people beyond
no. So bad that they
healing
can,
and growth. That's just.
you know, gotta leave a few cracks in there for them to fix. Honestly, my favorite pastime is trying to find people who try and convert me and absolutely tear them asunder.
You're more ruthless than me, my dear.
Well,
I said you're more ruthless than me, my dear.
when you're a tired void fox, you tend to find the fun in twisted things.
I mean, the
Understandable.
tired Void Fox has fucking trauma-locked memories say that she can't access for the most part because of the things she went through earlier on in her life that her sibling remembers, but she doesn't.
No, 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 no. The void fox remembers the good things of the past. The sibling remembers all the bad things of the past.
Yeah,
Try to
still
wrap your
wish I
head
could
around
help
that.
you with that.
But honestly, I still want to pull the line on someone who can speak English. Ustraz said, "God bless you." I'm gonna tell him I'm friends with Satan. So you sure you want to do that?
Do you think God visits?
Oh, no, no, no! I do that to people who think God's real. They're like, what? Had one person I'm friends with saying, the last time I came with a God's blessing because of one of you folk, he got very angry at me.
Cheeky little dumb one.
Could be worse. Could be the time I used Helsing Ultimate Abridged quotes to someone.
No. Good
That
series, great fucking dark comedy and absolutely shock value humor. But holy fuck no.
I didn't use the Catholic ones. Don't worry. But I asked them, and what is God's plan? I don't know. Name a South African country. And I absolutely terrified them because of how nonchalant I was. Oh,
Ah, blah,
people.
blah. Anyways, to get back on topic, because you're very good at tangenting and rambling, much like Pyra and many of the other gremlins.
That makes for more interest.
Yeah, it also means you don't really ask me questions about my interests or otherwise beyond like a surface level. Then again, I've got like one hell of a cipher throughout my entire structure, so knowing what questions I'm actually going to fucking answer is like trying to read an open book with secret writing in it. And
You're
every
more.
page is using a different substance for the hidden lettering.
No. You're a labyrinth. Navigate it for once. You think got the path memorized? Oh no, all the walls shifted around. Good luck trying to find your way out now.
Yeah, no, the only reason why that store fucking messes with me mentally even still is exactly because I saw them as so similar to myself that the effort and love I wanted I would spend on myself, I wanted to extend to them. After all, I made a promise to myself. If I ever end up with a clone, I'm not shooting the motherfucker. I'm not killing them. I'm going to help them try to live their own life and try to work together with them, even if we initially look the same and act the same. Eventually, through our own experiences and diverging life paths, we'll be different because we're still people.
Reminds me of the one time on Discord I met someone who was a mirror of me.
What?
There was a one time years ago I was talking to a person.
All right, can you pause for a moment?
Moment over.
All right, just wanted to mute you because I did lie earlier. Oh, they most certainly did. They most certainly caught that one line. Now, the delusion here, if you can hold on to your thought for a moment longer, is that because I've got such a low viewer count and I get and the viewers I get are so inconsistent in clicking on my videos, that joy oh joy, when there is a viewer who, when I do get a view on a video, and it's only one little view, that means it's likely a returning viewer. And I fucking hate how well that thought process subverts my rational thinking. Because it's like, okay, the returning viewer could be anyone on this planet, it doesn't have to be them. But of course, emotional brain's like, ooh, talk, communicate. It's just fucking don't want them to love me. Like, yes, the desire to have reciprocated feelings is there, but fucking hell. I want to be able to sit down and have a conversation with them like two rational adults. Even if it goes into conflict, I'd like to be able to have a civil fucking conflict with that person just to clear the air and the bullshit. Fucking frustrates the hell out of me. And I have no clue on if they're doing that on purpose or by accident. Because if it's on purpose, then how the fuck are you not a brat? And then if it's by accident, I'll try to give them some grace. I'll try to be reasonable. Not because they deserve it, but because my sanity is not worth making my blood pressure go up. So, to go back to the point of why I even started recording on a whim, yesterday, I made like 4 really short fucking videos, each one after the other, kind of, tie them all together as the pile of information while also leaving them digestible and easy to just click on, listen to, and then move on. And the video that was picked that has 1 view on it from all 4 of those videos, let alone the Sky Daily, which in and of itself has some interesting information if someone's actually willing to sit through discomfort and sift through it for what useful context there is. Of all the videos that got a view, it was the most useless fucking one. There is no information new. There is no new information in that video whatsoever, as far as I remember. Hell, the most recent video I uploaded is just like, oh, okay, since I can't stop thinking about them, let's redirect that into artistic expression. It's like that one got a view, and it's just like, if you are actually the dense dork, how the fuck are you managing? What? What? What did you say, Lilian? Oh, great. She's had a devilish thought. Let's hear it.
What if that one viewer is just thinking all this is a fake story and you're just doing it for views? Mm.
Say that again and say it louder. I want to make sure I fucking heard you right.
Say it. What do you think I said?
I did not hear the first part clearly, but I got the key information out of it.
And
Someone out there thinks I'm doing this all for views, and it's faking my fucking stress and frustration and issues. So could you say it again in your own words? Because I don't think I quite hit the nail on the head like you did.
oh, you did.
Ugh. In that regard, I would like to say, oh, if I was faking this, I would have forgotten about it by now.
Oh,
I
you
would
know,
have
like,
tossed it out the
what?
window like last week. I would have done that months ago, 2 fucking years ago.
You know, some people are in it for the long con.
Ew. No, thank you. Like, even from the revenge angle, that's just not worth my time and effort. If there was nothing to emotionally process here, I don't need it. But apparently, my brain is not letting go.
Mm.
Beyond the sense of, okay, can we actually communicate? Can the other person actually fucking, I don't know, realize that they don't want me gone? Or am I just wasting my time again, like the first time around? 'Cause that's what
Gone.
it felt like the first time around. It felt like I was wasting my damn time because they weren't going to give me any space or any time and expect me to fucking stay attached on near nothing, on little to no communication or otherwise. And sure, my attachment is scary. It's volatile. It's unreasonable. It is absolutely outside of rational. It's also fucking genuine. Didn't want to bring them down. I wanted to help build them up, and it makes me
Mm.
fucking sad and depressed that all I managed to do was hurt them. That all I managed to do was fucking poke all of their fucking sore spots without even trying. That's why I wanted communication so badly. That's why I wanted to be able to just sit down and have a fucking talk. Even if it were to devolve into an argument, it would at least mean they cared about me. And sure, maybe they do care about me and I just can't see it, but how am I supposed to know that when all I hear is silence? When all I get is fear from them? When all I've fucking done is disregarded because of my own mistakes, because of my own stress, because of my own fucking overthinking and toxic shame. Genuinely, I thought there could be something there. Time and again, it doesn't uplift me. And I want to uplift them, but
Can I make some pointed and neutral comments that's been floating through my head?
in a moment, there is one phrase that came to mind that I do want to repeat to myself, just so that way I can remind myself of it. Often enough, it takes the effort of two people to change one moment to the next. Because if one person tries to bear it all, the weight all on their own, they will break, bend, and shatter. Alright, what were your thoughts?
First one. Do you think
Did you cut out?
I said, do you think they remember you anymore?
I don't know. Beyond like the basic information from back when Skeleman was dealing with the social connection and the entanglement issues of their own around the den store, trying to, actively support the person by also being someone who could entertain in the same space instead of just maintaining to their quiet facade and dejected persona. Uh, from what I've heard, the dense dork still absolutely fucking hates me. It's been made apparent enough to the point where joy, oh fucking joy. Even Fire Warrior is just like, oh yeah, no. That's just obvious as fuck. So, in one regard, they remember me, but I don't know how frequently they remember me or if they even matter to them. What's your second question?
That's a neutral, more of a neutral comment. How did you know those were sore spots in the first place when they never told you they were?
How was I supposed to know that ahead of time? I couldn't have if I could have known about that if I had understood them properly back when I first met them. If I had understood the differences between us as people, I would have at least had a better chance if I hadn't been panicking over my own feelings, if I hadn't been so fucking emotionally volatile and trying so desperately to suppress it and give them space to just have fun, to have support and comfort, to try and get to know at least a fraction of the regular me without all these feelings getting in the way. I wanted to give that to them, because even if I didn't understand them, they deserved to have a real friend. The fact that I couldn't even, the fact I couldn't even be a real friend to someone I thought of as so similar to me is like a personal failure of the greatest magnitude. Because if I can't be there for someone like that, how the hell am I going to be there for anyone else who's even close to being like my past self? I want to be able to be. I don't want to see people run around in circles. I don't want to see them trapped in loops of their own false logic. I don't want to see people fucking suffer. Sure, I'll embrace sadism when the masochists come around, but I don't want to see people get hurt in ways they don't like, let alone permanently. Fucking damn it. Clearing out my left ear, which means I can't hear you because these headphones are fucking broken currently. Fucking human body, why do you have to keep making so much earwax? Alright, I can hear you again.
In regards to that little point you made just a moment ago, how brutal do you want me to word this?
Give me your worst honesty, you little shit.
Brutality is unfiltered. And it almost seems like you're playing like a goddess, looking at everyone's life and trying to fix it.
I mean, there is the potential god complex that is always actively killed and suppressed on sight, if ever seen at all, but I try my best to stay away from that. It goes back to being a kid. socially incompetent and not necessarily fitting in. I want to at least be helpful or useful so that way I'm not left completely fucking abandoned by others. What's more useful or helpful than being able to address real problems in the world? Being able to deal with psychology or otherwise that undermines the stability and structure of a genuine, healthy society, as opposed to controlling, toxic bullshit. Sure, I may have been infected by an idea of control and power when I was young, but at one point I realized it what is the point of having infinite free time and having infinite done fun doing whatever you want if that's all your normal is? It has no meaning if it's just fucking endless. A bit of contrast helps to make life worth it. You do your work so you can enjoy your play. You can enjoy your play so you can do your work. You accept the challenge so that way the result feels meaningful. If I could just do whatever I wanted endlessly, it would only be a hollow existence. It wouldn't mean anything to me, because I wouldn't know how to do anything else. I don't want to be a god. I just want to be a concept that that lives alongside society and helps it through the rough moments. A little living legacy, as it were. Even if that's weird or absurd or silly or stupid in someone else's eyes. Genuinely, I would love to have endless explorations across millions of people's minds, each dealing with a genuine and real me that can't communicate information from one person to another without that person already knowing that information. Having a limited communication network. Don't still thinking that out. Build vast designs and beautiful ideas in my head, but like an AI pointed out, I keep them empty of people because I'm scared of seeing if it holds up. That's why I like gremlins like you who genuinely still want to be around me even when it doesn't hold up. It's just how I know you care.
You know why I still stick around you?
Why?
Because to take the good is to take the bad. There are parts of you I don't like. I
Oh,
realize I don't let me I can't remember what parts, but I realize I take what is
yeah.
as is. Because to
Mhm.
change them means to change them fundamentally. And I don't want that. I treat everybody equally. After all, I am. No, I'm not gonna use that quote. That's not a good one.
Not a good one for what?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But I treat everyone equally. A lot of time, there's a mutual friend of the kitties, and me. Let's just call them M.
Mm,
M recently was asking me because they play VR chat as well. What avatar do you think that they would fit best in? And I told him honestly, I don't give a flying fuck. Your avatar is what you choose to be. And I had another friend named S show me their brand new avatar and they're liking it. Like, good. I'm very apathetic about it because to me, the outside isn't what matters. It's the inside.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. The outside is a choice. The inside is the result of of all your choices. If you start adding weight to one side of the pile, after a time, soon that side will be heavier than the other one.
You know what I remember from remembering at a very younger age?
What?
That to me right now is a result of what I went through. You change
Yeah.
one variable, my skin is now black instead of white. And you place me in a different, same circumstance. I might be a little bit different.
Hmm.
I grew up moderate, working class family. Things change. The way a person grows is as a result of what they were planted into.
Yeah. Nature times nurture, not always one or the other.
And all those questions of if you go back with your current knowledge,
Hmm.
because without what
I
I've gone through, I
Sorry,
can never,
continue.
with what I've gone through, even if I've replicated the past perfectly, there is the butterfly effect. There's going to be one little variable I overlooked, and my entire future will be different.
Yep.
Yes, I can fix it and absolutely destroy it. But the people I've come to know, the people I've come to hang out with, the things I'm doing now, would they or would they have not come to fruition if
Yeah, that's one
what
of the reasons why I would be terrified of having a second chance at life, because I don't even know how I did half of this shit. Why the fuck would I want to try and do it again? But this time I'm overly self aware and panicking on trying to make sure I get the same friends and connections. At that point, the people I knew and used to know and cared about in my previous life are essentially dead to me. All alone again. I don't want to give up the people I care about, even if it means having a fresh start. So what? I want to live as this me. It's my life to live, and I'm gonna own it. Even if it means being a fucking mess.
mm honestly for me I don't give a damn about the past. Yes, the past is what made me. Yes, my past might had dark stains and some of them completely disappear. But I always try and keep my eyes forward. And if I can't keep my eyes forward, I keep them up.
If you can't keep your eyes forward, what?
I'll keep them up. Because living in the moment is the best thing I can do. Even if
Agreed. So long as you're not running away from the pain you carry when your brain tries to process it.
pain
Because
is
pain
go.
always follows, and it deserves to be acknowledged, but it doesn't deserve to trap you. It deserves to be sat with and worked through. It need not be the tether to a single point in time.
I've ever said how I feel about death.
You might have said it before, but I'd forgotten by now. Go ahead.
I do not fear it at all.
You don't fear it personally for yourself, but for the people who you would be leaving behind.
Nope,
Oh.
because I have a phrase that I've strung together from multiple phrasings. Carpe diem, memento mori, memento vivere. Seize the harvest of the day. Remember they must die. Remember they must live. If I were to die in my sleep tonight, it is simply my time to go. Do I have
Hmm.
regrets? Yes. Will I miss the people that I've hung out with, touched a moment of their lives, even as fleeting as it was? Yeah, it's gonna suck. But that's mean it's my time. I'm not gonna do anything to hasten my own death, nor am I do anything to prolong it. I'll live my life as I will,
Mm-hmm.
unless if in 3 days I die, if in 4 years I die, if in 200 years I die, I will say the same.
The ship of Theseus. It's always you, but it's always different from what used to be you.
Mm-hmm. I always pose this question to people. Would you rather know when you die or how you die?
I'd rather than neither.
I know, but the question usually has a thing to it. If you know when you die, and you know all the actions that you take knowing it, you live each day as best you can. Because living to the fullest can be fun, but it's utterly exhausting. Knowing how you die means you live in fear of that one thing. You might quicken your death faster than you were actually supposed to go. So
Yeah.
I choose to live with no fear. I choose to go, okay, that was me. That was my time. Was it a good time? No. Did I enjoy as best I could? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What
It was
I could.
still yours.
Like Dragon Ball Z bridged.
Of course.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a haha, yeah, funny reference, but at the same time, it's the sentiment. Yeah, it could be the wrong choice, but it's mine to make. You can't let
To
others
each
dictate.
their own. That is what probably the most basic rule of life and existence I have found.
Don't yuck other people's yums. And that's just how I live. You is you. I am me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try and do anything to change you. You must decide that path for yourself.
I mean,
If you
fair. I'll try
marry,
to help you learn about things you don't understand, but ultimately you're the one who chooses whether or not to embrace them.
I'll give you the tools, all you want, everything you can need for forging. But how you choose to use them is up to you.
Yep. I cannot be the one to make your blade for you. You must craft it by your own hands.
I'm not tell you how to make it either.
You
I'll
may
give you
be smarter than me in that regard.
I make
Sometimes
a
I
very
try to tell people how I made mine in the hope it can inspire them or give them a
can I make
better idea of what it took.
I make a harsh comment.
Sure.
Is that perhaps why I view hypnotism better than you?
Eh, that would be an interesting angle to consider it from, but I don't feel like either of us have the energy to really delve into that rabbit hole tonight.
Well, I'm not trying to delve into a rabbit hole. I'm just posing a question.
Well, then again, I actively limit myself in regards to my understanding of hypnotism because I know it would be far more tempting to use it if I actually had a competent skill set. I actively suppress and to keep myself from learning new information or polishing up that skill beyond what I already have, exactly to keep that level of restraint and self care in mind. I honestly wish I had your genuine, authentic, and, you know, non corruptive interest in it, of just seeing what happens, seeing who people choose to be.
Can I say
No
something
level,
funny?
no desire for control or anything. That's what I admire about you, Lilian.
Can I say something interesting?
Yeah.
Did you notice my wording earlier?
Nope.
I gave you an idea,
Which
and
is?
about hypnotism. And like the hypnotist I am, I just said, I just posed a question. And you decided to go with the question. Even though I just said I just posed it. You didn't have to answer it.
Yep. A basic fundamental of social interaction.
Well, I'm also taking the hypnotist route of it.
Fair enough. It's a different angle, a different perspective.
That's how I view everything. And that's how I do hypnotism. I don't do anything. Yes, I might say I did it, but really, I do nothing in hypnotism.
I like to think that I instilled that sense of that you are not the one doing the work for the person, you are merely helping them clear the forest.
Probably like tiny bit of influence from you, but I would have to say mostly from hypno.
Fair enough.
And I also just grew into like, the more I talk with people who've done this more than me,
Mm.
and seeing people, the more I realize just telling them I don't do anything. I just gave you a tool. Makes them question how it all works.
Mm.
Because all I am is the little birdies in your sails. Somehow the winds changed. I'm that. I helped the winds change for you. But you still charted the course.
And here I see myself as a guide on forest trails, someone who's walked her own path enough times to be able to recognize similarities in others' paths.
And I'm a trailblazer. You don't see a path, I do. I show you how to walk it. And it's up to you to remember it or not.
Yep.
I showed you a path. Not one I've walked before. It might be the densest forest ever. But I show you how to walk.
I can't say I'll show you the entirety of my path, but I'll show you a
So
fragment I think is relevant.
that's honestly how I approach hypnotism. Is how I just literally
Hmm.
do that.
Thanks for taking the time to just sit and talk with me like this, by the way. To
You're our top
actually,
brain to me, so
well, I mean,
no.
yeah, but then, how do I phrase this? Sometimes I bring things up to you with an expression of this matters to me, even if it's not like verbally said aloud, and you don't notice that at all. Hell, I had to clarify to Pyra that something mattered to me. earlier tonight before she was actually willing to take an interest in something I shared with her. It's something I kind of find frustrating. Like, yes, Flickr is quiet. Yes, she's willing to listen to you talk for hours on end. Yes, she finds you adorable and amusing and neat. But she's tired of people not poking their heads in past the surface. You managed to do better on that than like most people. Unfortunately, my own avoidant tendencies kind of got set off with the depth to which you were excited to. And that's the one thing I have to figure out how to manage with myself. Is how do I get what I want without ending up defensive because of how my nervous system is wired. Sometimes I don't know the answer to that. So, Bestie, your thoughts? Am I overthinking? Am I underthinking? Am I making no sense? Am I making way too much sense? Or is there some other option that I can't see?
To be honest, that's for you to decide.
Fucking damn it. Thank you.
Why should I decide how much was too much? Because to me, it might be too much. To another, might not be enough. And to another, it could just be right.
Yeah, no, thank you for sticking to that principle and reminding me of that, because I think that's why I need it a little bit of.
It reminds me of a book. It was a children's book, but has a very powerful thing.
Confident children books can hide great wisdom in simple words and presentations.
Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
I don't remember the full thing, but I remember the gist. This boy was going through things and stumbled upon a tree. This man comes out. It says, "Oh no, you want the short man over there." He points to another door on the tree. He thanks him for his time and then goes to that short door. Same man pops out. "Oh no, no, you want the other person over there." He's a normal height. No, wait, he was tall. He was a taller man. He goes to and sees the same dude a third time. He asks him why. Was he the tall, the normal height, and the short person? And he explained, because to someone who's short, I am very tall. To someone average height, I am the same height. And to someone tall, I am a midget. It's a matter of perspective.
Glad you have that story living in your head rent free. The one I think I picked up mostly in childhood while sitting around and reading books in the after school, like, holding zone, fucking daycare, whatever, was that of a story of a kid dealing with a bully. And instead of teaching the kid how to fight through violence and direct power, the adult in there, the teacher and or mentor, taught them how to step out of the way and use someone's own momentum against them to launch them to the floor. like a tree that bends in the wind as opposed to breaking under the force of a tidal wave. I think that was a
Remind,
very useful one for me.
mhm. You
Taught me how
remind me.
to. Hmm?
You remind me of the book I read back in fifth grade. It was a book that a fifth grader should not be reading. Kids were having doing this 5 finger rule where if you read the first page or two and there was 5 words you didn't understand, you put the book back. And the book I read was almost finished with reading, was Sybil, a woman with 16 personalities.
Damn.
And they took it away from me because they're like, this is not a book a fifth grader should be reading.
Mm. No, people who can communicate wisdom and deep meaning through simple words are incredible. It's why metaphor is such a powerful tool in social convention, because it allows you to embed implications that are more likely to stand the test of time in the short term, and sometimes may even stand the test of time in the long term between translations. As linguistic shift, it decays the stability of words. For the you want to know why I say why I call it every time my brain is like, "Ooh, this seems like something we could share and they might find useful or whatnot," but they're unlikely to actually be here. Yet my brain won't shut up until I fucking say it. The simulation in my mind is fucking calling.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wish. Uh, I wish it didn't exist. But that's not the tangent I wanted to go down. The tangent I wanted to go down was something said in the previous Sky Daily video. Was it that detail or was it another one that I've forgotten? No, it was that detail. It was in relation to why I don't wield my attitude or present myself as awesome all of the time. Because the first part is A, I'm a fucking dork. B, I'm not that competent. And then C, which is really the key one right there. If I were to present my full self all the time to anyone and everyone who shows even the slightest bit of interest in me, I'd have millions of people asking me questions, asking me for attention or requests or otherwise, and none of them would respect me. None of them would actually care about me. If you present everything to everyone all of the time, then who's going to value it? In some regards, some people think they can get away with doing that half-assedly by like presenting a surface that everyone likes while keeping their true self locked behind. But even if that is the case, if there's nothing authentic in that surface, then no one has interest. If everything authentic is in that surface, then you're dismissing your own value. It's bits and pieces, bits and pieces, different ratios, different dynamics, different moments that really make people interesting, not just one catch-all way of navigating the world. Alright, my brain's done talking to the simulation. You got any fucking quips at me?
Hmm. Give me a moment. Some thudding through stoner brain.
You don't have to think up something, I just figured I'd ask. Oh
Gander
yeah.
is hot, but their obsession is weird.
Now that is an interesting statement. Why do you say
Well, I mean, the idea that they'll kill anyone for you is hot. Shows loyalty and shows that they
that?
want with you. But when they get a little bit too obsessive over a random person and they're wanting to kill that's when it gets a little much.
Mm. So the idea of someone being serving you via their own interest in you is interesting because it provokes a sense of loyalty. I don't know how to phrase that. I saw it, but I don't know how to phrase it. Because I know what you're talking about. I've seen it in fiction many times where a character who's on the more morally gray end of the morality spectrum swears and says, "Oh, hey, if you need me to kill someone, I'll do it for you because I care about you and I know you're not going to do that yourself." And like many other tropes where there's any romantic chemistry involved at all, the other person finds it hot. Now that would be an interesting way of phrasing it. I'm willing to kill your shadows for a time, but you fail to feed me and I'm gone. I'll humor you. I'll acknowledge your shadows and give you comfort when you mess up or tell you information about something that you didn't know, if I actually understand it, or for at least for what I understand of it from my perspective. But ultimately, what you invest into me is what you get out of me. 9 times out of 10, that's pretty much nothing. It's pretty much small talk and a bit of casual support. Just fucking wish I hadn't fallen for stupid fucking bait. The one who cares less about the relationship is the one with the most power. And yet, this is contrasted and even hindered by the fact that if they don't care about me, okay, move on. But if they do care about me, then it's like the attention I try to redirect into doing something about the dysfunctional state of things drives them away. And that's if I even understand them in the first place. I've got an idea of them based on similarities and parallels. And hell, I wouldn't be surprised if they were scared of me exactly because I understand some parts of them that they don't, or that they'd rather not acknowledge. But that doesn't mean I understand all of them. Yeah, no. I'm just glad I'm at a point where I can work on other projects and focus on, getting some things done, even if I'm still stuck thinking about them occasionally on the bad days. And, like, on the good days, I don't think about them at all, and that's fucking awesome. Oh, and apparently with the people-pleasing avoidance, it's even worse, where if someone doesn't want to get to know them through the surface, past the surface, they feel comfortable and safe. Meanwhile, if someone tries to get to know them past the surface, the avoidant tendencies immediately kick in. Someone tries to get close or become someone more intimate to the person. Now that brings up a line of thought that honestly gives me the most amusement. Do you want to hear it, Lilian?
Eh?
The thought about the Dunstork that gives me the most amusement, and it's just like, oh.
What's your hinge brain saying now?
Well, with all the information I've learned and everything I understand, what if they hate me not because I actually crossed a line, but because I actually managed to become someone that they care about, even if they would never want to fucking acknowledge it?
So your favorite enemies to lovers.
I mean, like, how I'm ever going to get the chance to do that, because let's be real. They're not going to approach, and I'm not going to occupy their space. Sure, I'll hang out with people I care about. But ultimately, if they end up drifting off into their own self destruction, or their own social group, where they keep feeding their own tendencies and distancing themselves from the people who could actually be used as a communication line, there's nothing for me to do. I am willing to lose that dense stork if they are not willing to actually fucking invest in me back. Sure, I may still care about them, but fucking hell, is that really all you want? I could give you so much fucking more, you fucking dense dork. And all you want is a little trophy saying, oh, this person cares about me, this person is attached to me. Is that really all you think you're worth? 'Cause I think you're worth more than that. It's okay if you don't believe me. Fucking hell. You could have so much more than just that. So why the hell Are you limiting your selfishness? Why the hell are you folding in on your fucking people-pleasing tendencies without me around? Why the hell aren't you hungry for more? Why aren't you angry? Why aren't you frustrated? I don't understand it. Yeah, being frustrated, angry, pissed off, and annoyed certainly burns energy and leaves things unable to calm down. It also means, genuinely, that you care about something, that matters to you. It also means that you're able to put energy into that space and realize there's something here that means something to me and is valuable to me. I don't know how to phrase the concept I'm wanting to get across, but just why are you settling for a little trophy on a wall when you could have more? So much more. Even if you don't think you're worth it. Why the fuck would you let that stop you? You've gotten this far. Don't you want to be greedy? Hell, Lilian, what's your nickname for me?
Greed.
I'm greedy for authentic, genuine, and deep relationship. Because they give me the most stability possible, even if they're sometimes very stressful or confusing. I may not have as much success as that dense stork. Hell, if I were to aim it at the fucking simulation like I did a moment ago, I have nowhere near the success of you or the ability to hold a crowd. But I think that's better for my self-worth than just keeping the peace endlessly. I at least value myself enough to get angry, to get frustrated, to be pissed off. I was happy to see you get angry, get frustrated, get pissed off at me back then, exactly because it meant that underneath all the other suppressing bullshit, you're still fighting for yourself. You're still there for yourself. If you feel a sense of control via submission, then by all means, I'm not about to disregard that. Just, you really just want to be stuck as a self-destructive opposite? Someone who never grows beyond their limits? Who cares if you're fucking worth it or not? Do you want it? Because right now, you are missing out on the opportunity that I can give. Even if I'm a mess, even if I'm scary, even everything. Even if you don't fucking like me. Are you willing, really willing, to miss out on this opportunity while it is still available? Or are you going to sacrifice it because you think you can replace me? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it seems like you're having horrible luck at it. I can't replace you because I don't want to replace you. Each relationship is its own thing. The dynamic and the interactions I have with one person are not going to be the exact same as the dynamic and interactions I have with another. Sure, I may know how to navigate around things, but ultimately, people travel at their own pace. If you aren't gonna travel, then see you around, I guess. See you never. Will I ever see you again? Probably not. Now that is the fucking real, like, sharp words that ultimately can cut through a lot of noise, even if it hurts. I can afford to lose you because I value my own worth. And you afford to lose me